if I got in a motorcycle, here's an excellent question from Kelly. Kelly, I like your yellow dress in your picture. Kelly asks, if I got in a motorcycle accident but wasn't wearing a helmet, will insurance still cover me? If it has to go to court, do I even have a leg to stand on? Ooh, that's a great question. So I think your insurance will still cover you. Remember, if you get in a motorcycle accident, you're suing another party who was negligent and, let's say, blew a stop sign and pulled out in front of you. This happens, on these, every May on Sundays, every year, people are going out on their motorcycles when it becomes nice. And you read about the sad cases of somebody pulling out in front of a motorcycle and killing somebody. It's sad. It's terrible. We've represented these families. So yes, if you're not wearing a helmet, it still will cover you. If in Illinois and I think Missouri, helmets are no longer required. Illinois, they're not required. Many other states. So if they're not required, you're not required. Even a car crash case, if you're not wearing your seatbelt, your recovery under the comparative fault thing that we discussed earlier is only reduced by 1% if you show that someone wasn't wearing a seatbelt. So yeah, and there is causation. You can still recover, but there are causation issues. So the defendant could come in with an expert and say this person sustained a traumatic brain injury, and had they been wearing a helmet, it would have been less, or would not have happened, or it would have been less, and they will challenge the causation of your damages. So whether the defendants caused the injury or whether the lack of a helmet caused the injury. Now, then again, had but for the person blowing the stop sign and pulling in front of the motorcycle, that didn't matter whether they had a helmet or not. If they wouldn't have blown the stop sign and gone in front of you, then you would have just flown right by there, and you would have had a nice Sunday afternoon drive in May. So there's going to be issues in it, and the defense lawyer is going to have some guts to stand in front of a jury and say, don't give any money to this person because they weren't wearing a helmet. I mean, that's a tough defense to make. You got to be careful. I would be careful doing that.